Welcome back to another Steam Deck video. Thank you for joining me. And if you watched my other video a couple of days ago, you'll know that EA released a new launcher for all their games, just about all their games, which actually broke support on the Steam Deck for most of their games, right? Because Proton, the compatibility layer that translates Windows software to Linux, didn't know how to handle this new EA launcher. And basically, a lot of people couldn't play their games that they paid for that were marked as Steam Deck verified, playable on the Steam Deck. They weren't able to play them because this new launcher came out. EA pushed the update out, and it just basically broke support instantaneously for a lot of their games on the Steam Deck. But we've got a little bit of good news. Now, if you want to go back and watch that video for the backstory, please do. But in this video, we're talking about how Valve came to the rescue. And this article comes courtesy of Gaming on Linux again. So Valve fixes the new EA app in Proton Experimental for Linux and Steam Deck. So if you basically want to update to Experimental or the beta channels for your updates, if you want to change your Proton to Proton Experimental, sorry, for the game compatibility for your EA games, it should officially now fix this EA launcher issue. So basically, recently EA started removing Origin games from Steam and replacing it with the EA app, which, as I noted before, caused numerous issues. Now Valve should have solved it in Proton Experimental. Some games just didn't work at all with the change, others needed a reinstall, some needed a couple of reloads, and so on and so on. It was a big nuisance and quite annoying that EA seemingly didn't work with Valve on it before pushing out such a big change. And that's why I covered that in my last video. I was like, if EA has went to the effort of acknowledging the Steam Deck exists and marking their games on the Steam store as Steam Deck verified, like verified to work on the Steam Deck, why would they push out such a massive update to their launcher, to their games, that would completely break support on the Steam Deck altogether without consulting Valve first, or at least having their playtesters test it out before they pushed out that big update? Instead, it's just breaking the game for hundreds of thousands of people and being like, nah, it's Valve's issue to fix. It's their job to fix it, you know? They should have worked with Valve in the first place. But yeah, so here's all that's changed. So they fixed Edge WebView installer, throwing an error when starting Vermintide 2 for the first time. They fixed the new EA launcher displaying a blank window. Very good. Fixed the Anacrusis not displaying video when joining a match. Experimental regression. And enable NV API for Red Dead Redemption 2, Red Dead Online. So they've made a couple of good changes to Proton Experimental, which is very good. As a reminder, for desktop, you'll now need Mesa 22 and NVIDIA drivers 510.47 or newer for Proton Experimental. On Steam Deck, Valve control the drivers for you, so it's fine. Need to know how to change the Proton version used. See the video below that goes over the changes and shows you what to do on the Steam Deck. So very cool. So there we go. Valve has came to the rescue. They finally came to the rescue and corrected this blunder that they had where they broke all their games on the Steam Deck. That's really good. Good old Valve, always coming to the rescue, huh? So I'm really happy about that. If you were unable to play some of your EA games, which I know some of you were in my last video, check them. When you go to the game options, go to the game properties, switch the Proton compatibility layer to Proton Experimental, and then give it a bash. See if it works now. It should work, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But let me know down below in the comments if you have any more issues, and we'll try. I'll maybe post another video with a tutorial or something on how to do it. Anyways, guys, have a great day. I love you and appreciate you. Just a small tidbit talking about EA finally having their launcher fixed by Valve. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.